Hey there, Hawks and all our Hawks family. Coach Connelly here to share a little information with you as we come to the end of the first quarter and the end of fall sports. Winter sports will be starting soon, with all spring sports getting underway at the end of February. Baseball is a spring sport, so we don't officially start until February 24th, but I felt it was important to share some information with everyone now so you can add some dates to your calendar and make sure you have everything lined up prior to the start of our 2025 season. I'll try to keep it brief as possible, but we'll cover calendar dates to be aware of, things you need to have done prior to February to be ready for tryouts, important academic information, cost to participate. We'll talk about new uniforms, a fundraiser that we're doing in the fall, scoreboard update, and huddle cam info. And lastly, communication. The number one question people either call or email about is, when does the season start? Baseball is played during the spring season, which this year officially begins February 24th. We will start preparation for the season on January 6th, though, with our first preseason workout, often referred to as open gyms, although we aren't in the gym. We are fortunate to have a field house, and that's where we will be every Monday through Thursday in January and February working to get ready for the season. These workouts are open to any Alta High School student planning to try out for baseball for the 2025 season. Monday and Tuesday, we are scheduled from 3 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Wednesday, we've been assigned the 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. time slot, and Thursday, we've been scheduled from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We will also be in the weight room on these days. Monday and Tuesday weight room workout will be after our fieldhouse time. Wednesday, we'll meet at 7:15 p.m. prior to our fieldhouse time, and Thursday, we'll meet at 5:15 p.m. prior to our scheduled fieldhouse time. These preseason workouts are not required, but we highly recommend all interested players to attend as often as possible. We only hold 3 official days of tryouts, the 24th through the 26th of February. We hope to hold tryouts outside all 3 days, but there have been several years in the past that we can't get all 3 days outside because of bad weather. So we've had to go inside, and the time we have inside is limited, as we have to share the field house with our other spring sports who are also organizing and beginning their seasons that week as well. The more opportunities that someone has to work with our coaches and have their skills evaluated, the better. We are a cut sport and typically keep about 35 boys in the program for the high school season. Those 35 compete across 3 teams: varsity, JV, and sophomores. Our sophomore team will be freshmen and sophomores. Sophomores and JV play an 18-game schedule, while our varsity plays a 25-game schedule. We're allowed to play our first games this year on March 4th, but we do not have a game scheduled until the 12th of March with our season opener at Corner Canyon. Our schedules can be found in several locations and will be mentioned a little bit later. Also, right here at this link. Prior to our first day of tryouts, it's important to complete your player profile and registration on activate.com. That's activate.com. This is an annual requirement. So if you're thinking, we did this last year, yes, you did, but you have to do it every year. If you are not cleared through this platform, activate.com, you will not be allowed to try out on the 24th of February. One of the requirements for completing this registration is to have a full physical completed and submitted for approval. This physical needs to be on the correct paperwork or it will be rejected. You have to turn in all pages of that paperwork as well. That paperwork can be found on our athletics website, www.ahsathletics.com. Do this as soon as possible. Don't wait until the week of tryouts to get your physical done. At that point, you're too late. If you played a sport this school year, you have met the physical requirement. You just need to make sure you register for baseball on activate.com. Having played football, for example, doesn't automatically allow you to try out for baseball. You need to indicate on your activate.com account your intention to try out for baseball. Another important thing to remember is your academic eligibility. Every grading period is an opportunity to requalify your eligibility. Remember, you're a student athlete and student always comes first. You must have a 2.0 GPA with no more than one failing grade as part of your quarter grades the quarter prior to tryouts. Remember, this year you are getting credit for advisory, and advisory will factor into your overall GPA. So don't slough your advisory. Quarter 2 is the qualifying period for all spring sports. Baseball is a spring sport. If you don't make eligibility at the end of second quarter, it will affect your opportunity to make the team. Take care of your schoolwork and your grades. I think it's important to know what the cost to participate will be. The Canyons School District has implemented a policy requiring all extracurricular activities to be self-supportive. What that essentially means is they do not give us a budget to run our program. We must either charge a fee or fundraise for the things we need to be able to play, the things we need to have to be able to play. This includes baseballs, field paint, maintenance equipment, uniforms, and all else related to being able to field 3 teams and go out and compete. To give you an idea of what some of our costs are, let's use playing a JV sophomore doubleheader, which we will be doing on March 13th at home against Grand Canyon, as an example. We have 2 umpires per game. That's 4 basically umpires that we're paying for over 2 games. The cost for an umpire is $75 a game or thereabouts. So our total cost just for officials on a doubleheader where we're playing a JV and sophomore game on the same day is going to be around $300. We're going to have another $90 to $100 for a dozen baseballs, another $40 or $50 or so for field paint, top conditioner, and other things that we need to be able to play on a safe playing surface. Essentially, each day we step on the field, it costs us about $400. Our JV and sophomores alone this year have 12 home games. So do the math on that. 400 times 12, right? It starts to add up. As a result, we charge a pay-to-play or a participation fee. That fee is $200 and will need to be paid prior to our first game in March, but can't be paid until after tryouts and cuts are made. Our players like to have clothing and other gear to represent the program and their participation in it, so we do have a spirit pack with clothing and other items that are included. The district has implemented limits on what we can charge, and that limit is no more than $500 for everything the player will receive and keep as their own. Our requirement for uniform items is just hats and socks, and that's included in that $500 cost. Each player will receive 3 hats, 2 pairs of game socks. We try to add items to the spirit pack that the players want. So this year, with input from our juniors and seniors, we are including a jersey that will be worn in games during the season, but at the end of the year, players will keep that jersey. We're also including a large duffel bag, 2 short sleeve practice tees, 2 long sleeve practice tees, a Nike polo, a Nike hoodie, and a pair of Nike shorts. There is a $160 fee for team meals. That also includes our year-end banquet, which would be for our player and then 2 family members to attend. We have a nice meal that we do, and then we hand out year-end awards. We also assess a miscellaneous $100 fee that covers year-end awards, yard signs, our senior gifts, and some other miscellaneous items. The maximum amount that a player will pay is $960. This is not expected to be paid out of pocket. We will be offering fundraising opportunities to each player, and participating in our fundraisers can help cover the cost of everything but the participation fee. That $200 participation fee cannot come out of fundraising money. We do provide game jerseys, and hats and socks are part of the items each player will receive as part of the fees we assess. I want to let you know, though, that we do ask all of our players to acquire their own pants to be worn on game days. We've tried in the past to maintain pants as part of our uniforms, but we found it very difficult to do with varying sizes and not knowing really how many to keep, and if a pair of pants get torn or worn out, that sort of thing, it's hard for us to maintain. So we ask our players to get their own pants. We will wear the same pants we've worn in past years. This consists of a pair of white pants with a single black piping, a pair of gray pants with a single black piping, and those gray pants are the light gray, or what's referred to as wolf gray. And then this year we'll be adding a third pair at the request of many of our returning players, primarily because of one of the jerseys we'll be ordering this year. We will ask our players to get that third pair of pants, and those will be a dark gray or anthracite color with single black piping. Those are going to be worn with the anthracite jersey that I mentioned that we will be getting. Web store will be open soon, so we can acquire those items prior to the season starting. The brand doesn't matter as much as the color. The pants offered on the web store will most likely be Nike. I do need to mention, if someone purchases these pants but doesn't make one of our teams, we do not have the ability to refund the cost of buying these items. That would be just the pants. We would hope that you can use those in a league outside of Alta, though. We always encourage boys who don't make one of our teams for the spring season to find a place to play and then try out again in the summer and the following spring. We've had several young men who've been cut one year, come back the next year and make the team. We are looking at getting a new scoreboard this year. We had been working toward getting a new scoreboard installed the past couple of years, but had to put it on hold for various reasons. It's our hope we have this new scoreboard installed before the start of the 2025 season. If anyone knows of a business or two that would like to support the purchase of this new board, we have some prime advertising space on it that would be theirs. Interested parties can reach out to me for further details. We also have a huddle cam being installed at the field before the start of the 2025 season. The camera is already here. We're just waiting on its installation. This camera will allow us to live stream all our home games regardless of competition level. This year, we are in the replacement year of our uniform use. About every 4 years, we look to replace our game jerseys, and last year was year 4 using the jerseys we've been wearing, so we'll be ordering new jerseys this year. Aside from the jersey the players will keep, we will be ordering 3 new jerseys we can wear during games in 2025 and beyond. This will be a substantial investment. The uniforms we've been wearing the past 4 years are being sold to help offset the cost of these new jerseys. They are being offered at $30 each. We are also selling the same hat our players will receive and wear during games this season. That can also be found on this fundraising page. We would love to see as many people as possible wearing an Alta baseball hat, jersey, and other gear. The hats are also being sold prior to the season for $35 each. Again, you can find that at the link here. There will be opportunities to personally fundraise once we are in season through a couple different efforts that we will present to you as we get closer to March. So please spread the word, help us sell some Alta gear. I and my staff will do our best to always communicate what's happening and when. We will do that through several channels, but the primary means of communication will be through the district-approved communication tool, which is Parent Square. There's information on our baseball page at ahsathletics.com on how to get on that app. We have an Alta Hawks baseball group on Parent Square that is open to anyone to join right now. Once tryouts have taken place, though, and our teams are set for the 2025 season, that group will be made private and will be how we communicate with our players and parents. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, ahsathletics.com, maxpreps.com, Game Changer. Our schedules can be found on MaxPreps and Game Changer right now. but rosters obviously will not be added until after tryouts. We are excited about the upcoming season and look forward to your support of Alta Hawks baseball. 17 wins last year was not enough for us. We plan on doing a little bit better this year. Thanks for staying with me as I disseminated this information. I'm sure there's something I missed, so don't hesitate to reach out through the channels I've listed previously. You can also email me at my personal email address, Daron.Connelly, that's Daron.Connelly @canyonsdistrict.org, or at altahawksbaseball@gmail.com, and I'll respond as quickly as possible. Parent Square, though, would be the best means of communication. The season is still several months away, but we'll be on us before we know it. I felt it was important we start preparing now. I look forward to seeing everyone soon. Go Hawks!